Hello, everyone. My name is Sean. I am the Crypto Smith, and today we are going to be taking a little bit of a deeper dive on the Kounotori token and the Kounotori exchange that they are in the process of building. If you've watched my other videos, I've got a couple other videos where I got into this and I kind of gave you that 30,000 foot overview of what the token is, what they're doing, what makes them different, why I like a project like this and a business that they're building. They've been around over 18 months. They've been in the game since the last bull run we had, and they've been pursuing this centralized exchange over the last 18 months, including through this horrible, terrible, long, drawn-out bear market, and they are still at it. So kudos to them for sticking it out and doing the hard work that is necessary to get these things going. Now, what I want to talk about today specifically are the NFTs that they've got, the trading fees, and some of the differences or some of the changes that were just made and just announced over on the Telegram. I'm going to break that down for you fairly quickly to make it easy to understand, and it's really not that complicated once you get into it and you start to understand what it is they're looking to do. So Kounotori is the project, and let's get into the white paper a little bit more. So just to backtrack a little bit, they're building a centralized exchange. That is what the project is. That's what their business is going to be. Now, obviously, if you've been in crypto anytime and you've been on centralized exchanges, you know that there are fees associated with it. Those centralized exchanges make money. They make very good money. If you can attract a lot of attention, you get a lot of eyeballs on that project, you can get people coming to your exchange and trading, and then new projects want to come to that exchange and list their new token or their already existing token so that they can get more volume for their project. So why a centralized exchange? They go through here why they're building it. DeFi is more progressive than CeFi, which is your centralized finance, has spurned the recent trend of creating and utilizing decentralized trading platforms instead. The problem here, what they're getting into, is that if you're on a decentralized exchange, there's really no customer service. There's no place you're going to call if you do something wrong, you make a mistake, something happens, somebody scams you, right? There's nowhere to go. You're kind of let's just call it screwed, right? You're kind of screwed out there, hanging by yourself. A centralized exchange, yeah, it's centralized. It doesn't really go with the whole theme of crypto, right? Kind of why it was brought out in the beginning to kind of get away from that centralized thing. But we're never going to get away from being centralized and having some sort of control. And with that control comes some safeguards. And I think that's where we're moving towards in the crypto space is those safeguards, right? With regulations hopefully coming sometime in the next year or two, if Congress and the SEC can work together and get their act together, it would be nice to see some of that happen. But in the meantime, they are still building their centralized exchange. And with that, they're going to be able to really suss out the proper projects, the good projects, and really kind of separate the wheat from the chaff, right? And basically get rid of the high risk element of crypto and allow you to choose projects and tokens that you want to put your money into, or maybe you want to trade on that volume, and maybe that's something that you're into. They're going to have a pro and basic layout as well. So, right, it's going to rival, a lot of the other big exchanges that you already know. But what we're here to talk about today is some of the changes that are being made for the trading fees and then the NFTs and the rewards and benefits associated with those NFTs and how that kind of goes into staking and what you might get out of them. You're going to be able to stake your Kounotori tokens, the CTO token, and then get an APR on that. And that APR is going to be up to 20%. If you hold certain NFTs of Kounotori, that will push your APR a little bit higher. So you're going to get a little extra on whatever it is they're already giving you. Plus, holding those NFTs is going to get you a lower trading fee than what the average Joe is going to get. Right. And so that's going to help. If you're a high volume trader or you're somebody out there that likes to buy and sell a lot, you're in and out of positions, those trading fees can add up. So what they did initially, they're saying, hey, we're just going to do a flat 1%. But, knowing that a lot of the other centralized exchanges, a lot of the other big players, they're lower than that 1%. So, looking forward, And again, kudos to them for looking forward to possible issues and problems. They've recognized that 1% trading fee is probably not going to cut it. They need to keep themselves competitive. So what they've done is they've broken that trading fee down a little bit. So I'm going to go through some information that was just released. So they're focusing on competitiveness. Traders out there, crypto holders, who have a choice of where to go. So they need to be able to bring that competitiveness to the market. And so before I break down what the trading fees have changed to, they've decided to divide the tokens that are going to be listed, or the companies that are going to be listed on the exchange, into two categories. And they're calling them blue and green right now. Now, that's the name blue and green for those categories. It might change. That's not set in stone yet. That's just kind of how they're describing it right now. So blue tokens are going to be tokens that are trusted, right, that have KYC, that have followed a certain set of rules in order to get on the exchange and have provided all of the information that was needed. Those are going to be the more trusted tokens, including blue chips already, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, stable coins, USDC, USDT, and whatever else they decide to put on the exchange. The green tokens are going to be the ones that are new, right? Hence green. These are new projects, new tokens that come out. They haven't really passed the test of time yet, and haven't really provided all of the documentation that may be needed to be that trusted project to allow their customers to get into. So those are going to be green and blue. So green tokens are going to be at the 1%, at the initial stage, until they turn themselves into a blue token by providing all the information and passing a certain set of criteria that's going to be laid out at a future date. So the blue tokens are the trusted tokens. They're the ones that everybody knows, plus they're the ones that have passed a more rigorous set of standards in order to turn themselves into that trusted token on the platform. They're going to have a trading fee of 0.1%. So quite a bit less than 1%. I mean, that's a huge difference, especially if you're doing big volume or a lot of dollars in there. Yeah, right. That's definitely going to make a difference for you. And then on top of that, if you hold NFTs, that fee can be even lower. So, and just a quick side note, the Nest Council, right, which is right here, the Nest Council will be formed by an assortment of qualifying holders who will be responsible for proposing and voting on new projects to be listed on the Kounotori centralized exchange. They haven't determined all of the requirements yet in order to sit on the Nest Council, which, if you think about it, it's basically a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization where people get to vote. Token holders get to vote on certain things. This is their version of that. Then they're calling it the Nest Council because, right, Kounotori is the white stork, which is a bird nest. I mean, you kind of, you know what I'm saying? You get how they're putting that together. So let's go over the NFTs real quick and let you know how that can affect your number one, trading fee, and number two, the APR associated with your staked tokens. Now, your staked tokens are going to be staked based on time, right? 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or not locked at all, which are going to start at 2%, 5% for 3 months, 10% for 6 months, 20% if you decide to stake for 12 months. Now, if you hold any of these NFTs, you can also get an additional APR on top of that. And there are actually 4 different NFTs right now, and they're working on a 5th, and I'm going to tell you about that in a second. So you've got the Nintai Valley Storks, and if you look here, there are really only a very small handful that are actually for sale. A lot of these other ones have already been picked up. So if you're thinking about getting into this and you want to help reduce your trading fees and you want to get a little bit better APR on your staked tokens, you better get in here now and snap these up, because once this exchange goes live, these things are going to be gone, and I don't think you're going to be able to get them. So that is kind of the king daddy of the stork at this point. And this is going to get you a 40% reduction in your trading fee and a 0.4% addition to your APR. You've got the OG Valley Stork, and that's these right here. Obviously, it's costing a little bit less, and there's a whole one available for sale right now. I might need to pick this one up before I get left out in the cold. But this one here will give you an additional 20% reduction in your trading fees and an additional 0.2% on top of the APR that they're giving you already for your staked tokens. Third, you've got the Valley Storks. Even a little lower price for these because they're going to give you a little bit less of a benefit, of a bonus. And there are only 3 for sale currently, right? This is crazy. Obviously, a lot of these were very popular and they all got snatched up. So hopefully, as this thing comes out, they're able to release more, or I'm not sure how that's all going to work, or some people are going to want to give theirs up in order for other people to buy. Let the community get in on this action. But on this particular NFT, you're going to get a 10% reduction on your trading fees and then a 0.1% addition to your APR. Now, you can stack these. You can't stack unlimited. You can only stack one of each of these in order to get those benefits. So if you add them together, right, you get a cumulative effect. You can get a 70% reduction if you hold all three of these on your trading fees, and you can get a 0.7% addition to your APR, right? Which could be quite nice depending on the number of tokens you're holding. Now, they're working on a plan to where you can trade these three in so you don't have to hold three of them. And they're going to make another NFT, and right now they're just calling it the Super Mega Stork, right? They got to have a big name for it, and that's going to get you a 90% reduction in your fees and a 1% addition to your APR. So if you're at 20%, you're getting an extra full percent, so 21%, and a 90% reduction in fees, which you're pretty much trading for free almost. And those are going to be a limited numbers. They've also got a fourth one right now that is a Christmas stork. Right, this is their Kounotori Christmas collection, and there is one available of these as well. Now, with this one here, there was going to be something to do with the rewards and reduction of fees and all that stuff, but they decided to change that. So if you hold one of these Christmas storks, these NFTs, you're going to get a prize, basically. You're going to get a reward once a year, and that reward is going to be something along the lines of some tokens, maybe some other project tokens that come into the platform, perhaps some stable coins, or maybe even a gift like a Ledger Nano or some other cold storage device or other related items. Obviously, you can kind of see where this is going. But if you hold one of these, you're going to get a prize. You're going to get a gift once a year for holding these storks. So that's also pretty cool. I don't see anybody else doing that. I like what they're doing here. I like they're thinking out of the box, trying to be a little bit different. And that's really it as far as the changes and what you need to know about the NFTs and how they're going to affect your trading fees and how they're going to affect the APR that you're actually receiving on your staked tokens. So that's going to be it for now. I think that was enough information to give you to think about. But what I also want to let you know is their social media platforms that they've currently got, right? And you need to go over to YouTube, and you can go ahead and subscribe to the Kounotori token YouTube page, and they do updates on here, AMAs. They've already got almost 1,500 subscribers on here, 134 videos. They've been doing this for over a year, so they're really keeping the community up to date and very transparent on what's going on. And look, they even added me in here. I just noticed that. I didn't notice this before. But look, they added me in here, and then they got Waddy the Crypto Hunter and Daniel Gayton, who puts out, they both put out phenomenal content. So go check out their videos as well. And then you want to go to Twitter and get on their Kounotori token Twitter page. And there's also another Twitter page, which is the KTO Exchange. And not a lot of people have made it migrated over here as well. So go over to the KTO Exchange Twitter page as well. Give them a follow. Stay up to date on that. And then they also have a Discord, which I'm going to leave the link in the description below for their Discord. Go in there. If you have questions, that's where you want to go to ask questions. You can get on Twitter, ask questions as well, or you can ask questions of me. If I don't know what to answer, I'll certainly reach out to the devs and get you an answer as well. So that's what we've got for today. Kounotori project breakdown on NFTs and rewards that you're going to get for staking those NFTs. So until next time, you guys have a great day.